Hello and welcome to Hornbill TV's Prime at 9. I'm Nawab Malik, and now the news in details. Students in Nagaland have started their classes for the academic year 2022. There are some reports that some Dimapur-based private school institutions are seeing fewer enrollments. Hornbill TV talked to some principals of private schools in regard to enrollment in their schools. Besides that, the channel talked to the advisor for school education, KT Sukalu. Let's have a look at the details with our reporter, Kristina Kiho.
It was 2022 de students kan school de jwa shuru hoise aru dinishna man hunipa aru dikhipa do articles kumbare dikhipa do schools kan de enrollment students la enrollment do komti hwala inabi dikhipa se to itu nishna Hornbill TV ra school kan de private school kumba kan de jai saise aru jai saina itu enrollment do kine ase poila nishna na komti hoise na bishi hoise itu hanmi hudi saise to principals kumba do camera lage de kotha kuise aru kumba do camera lage de kotha kwane holi ta do bishi bak to schools kan de do enrollment do same hase in fact Holy Cross Higher Secondary School itu do private school la bitor ekta Dimapur e sobse dangor ekta do town do itia bi admission kan bi bishi ase aru manu han itia bi admission lo le munjala bi ase ina koini huni paise.
We don't have any issue of that. We are in fact facing a lot of pressure for admissions, and in fact this year also we had a lot of problem for taking admission of the KG students and a lot of pressure from the parents for admissions, and I don't think so our enrollment has gone down so far as far as I know for our record. It is in fact at the increase.
We all know that the pandemic situation was most harsh on the schools, and in the last 2 years the schools have been suffered a lot, and we were on online classes for the most of the year last year and 2020. But this year, of course, we are back to the normal school with 50% attendance. With regard to the enrollment of the school, we haven't seen a drastic drop in enrollment, but of course the primary and pre-primary classes, the enrollment has been gone down this year. Maybe there are, Dimapur schools, we are catered to so many floating population is here, and their parents are from different places, and because of no regular classes for the pre-primary and primary, many parents have taken their children back to their respective villages, and I am very hopeful that as and when we come to the normal schooling, the situation will improve and enrollment also will pick up.
So if we compare to the 2020, so there is around 25 students is less. Otherwise it is not much difference. Only around 20-25 students are less, but again some few more students will be, they are planning to take admission, waiting for this March first week. The 2 years continuous there was this COVID pandemic, and some students they went to village, and they are we can say the parents are also happy to continue in village. They don't want to come back to the Dimapur. That is what I feel.
The parents are also wary to send the children, especially when the COVID issue is still there. But I'm sure it will pick up. It's just the schools have just started now, so it may take time. But I am confident that the enrollment will pick up.
To itu thaishe mohan Dimapur de school enrollment la kotha kurya do moi reporter ke Kristina Kiho with camera person ke tholeno for Hornbill TV.
Members of the public in Nagaland often face inconvenience when employees of government offices do not attend work on time or attend regularly. Government offices are to offer public services, but most of the time these services are not fulfilled. Today, Hornbill TV visited some offices in Dimapur to see the ground reality. Let's have a look at a detailed report with our reporter Adona.
Assistant Labor Commissioner laga office the aigna. Idu office can be head of department can be kiniga chula ase aro office can debi kiniga manugan workers can staff can aina kam kuri ase idu jankari kurula ase to moan itia yate idu assistant labor office the aina ase itu tu yate room 6 the aina ase hoilebi moan dikhi panisna itia tak kunbi staff to moan dikhi panai to moan itia aru apnian ke ina itu office laga room kan kinika staff kan kinika kam kuri ase itu dikhai dibole mohan ai ase to ita establishment aro account section te aina ase to mohan yate sir taka nisna sir ke bi ere office kan debi kiman staff kan ase itu jan kuri so to sir apni kan itu assistant labor office te staff kan kiman asna
আমি আন সব মিলাই না এতিয়া 26 আছে হয় 26
26 ase to mohan ita dikan isna iman staff to diki bole panai to ki nimite asna
বড় ফিল ডিউটি আছে না আর সব তোলে তো মিটিং দি আছে অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট কমিশনার আর কোনবা ফিল দি আছে আর কোনবা আর পুঞ্চা নাই
sir itu office te yate office establishment de taka to kiman jundis na khudai din tage
스타블리시먼트 도 하면 다가도래도 almost পুরা থাকে আমান জয়জন পাসন্দ থাকে ওদে
মানে choisin pass june tage
মানে আছে আর তো সব ফিল দিয়ে আছে সব ইন্সপেক্টর কানে আছে
sir apni gan mohan jani paise ki itu government bra bi no work no pay koigina office ti anai koile pay kan bi itu hol kuri dibo koi ase to apni kan department bi inega laga notification digina apni kan laga staff kan ge koigina asna nai na kinika implement kuri ase itu attendance government staff kan opre
তো ওটা লয় আছে দিনস তো আর ইতিয়া তো ঠিক দিয়ে যায় সব
apni kan laga staff te itu irregularities kan laga to kinika ase staff kan tu kumba manu tu nai na bi take sub of government office te tu mohan jane to yere office te bi kinika ase
না এটা তো সব ভালো আছে ভালো যায় আছে এটা তো এটা মানে ফিল স্টাফ কাম তো তাহলে তাতে যায় না ফিল স্টাফ ফিল ডিউটি দে আর অফিস এস্টাবলিশমেন্ট নলে তো অ্যাকাউন্টস তো সব প্রয়োজনে আছে এটা
to mohan eta yete sir ekjon ke kota kuri kina mohan jani paise yete assistant labor commissioner office te do staff kan tu 20 opor ase koi holi bi ira establishment te boy kina kam kura kan du 5 jon aro 6 jon he boy kina dusra kan du itu alag field de jaigina takan itu kam kuri ase koi kina mohan jani paise to mohan aji hornbill tv kan government office alag te jaigina mohan kinika office kan tv kam jai ase itu mohan jani paise to mohan ita section itu labor inspector laga room te ase to mohan diki panisna survey pitor de aina kam kura ase to mohan itu office kan bi kinika jai ase itu establishment kan kebi apni an kebi alop dikhai dibo office tu bishi dangor ase aro office kan bi kulina ase hoile bi itu assistant labor commissioner laga office ase to mohan itu cameraman ke dikhai dibo itu office tu kulina ase hoile bi officers labor inspector kan na takigina ita absent hoina taka mohan dikhi pa ase to mohan itu bisibak government attendance staff kan laga attendance improve ho nimite government office te improve ho nimite itu no work no pay koi kana itu immediately effect hoi jabo koina koi ase itu no work no pay to this time first time no poila bi government ekbar ineka no work no pay koi kana itu implement kurisi hoile bi iman effective no ha nimite chief secretary bra aro no work no pay to immediately implement kuruwo koi kana mohan jani paise to itia mohan dikhanisna itu labor commissioner office te do bisi staff kan ai kana office te boy kana kam kura to digi panai to ita aro yade district employment office te aina ase Dimapur de to mohan age de itu assistant labor commissioner laga office te jaina ase to ita mohan district employment office te ai kana apni an yade establishment kan bi kinika kam kuri ase itu mohan aro update kuribole nimide ai ase to ita mohan dikhanisna itu assistant technical room to ita bon kuri kina ase aro yate moi dikhanisna itu statistical room ase hoile bi ita tak tu mohan kunbi staff kan ai kana yate kam kura to dikhi pa nai to itu district employment office to ita staff kan nahi kena ite tak itu 12 baji opor hoise ite hoile bi ite tak kunbi nahi kena office tu khali boina takha mohan dikhi pa ase to moi cameraman ke be moi ke follow kuri dibole dibo itu office district employment office te mugan ite aina ase to mugan itu office dikhanis na ite mugan itu district employment officer laga room ase hoilebi district employment officer bi nai gina tai laga room du bon kuri kena ase to moi ita moi cameraman logo gina itu district employment office laga staff noilebi office alak alak kinika ase itu dikhai dibo nimite ita mugan itu building te aina ase to itu building te ita mugan dikhanis na itu ekta door ase itu office bi bon krina ase aro mugan itu kinika itu office government offices kan function kuri ase itu apni an ki update kuri dibo nimite mugan yate aina ase to ita senior HA establishment bi bon krina ase to almost all the establishment staff kan to ita yere district employment office to bon krina staff kan naina dikya ase to ita moi yere registration laga room te aina ase to moi cameraman ke dikhai dibo koribo yere registration counter registration staff to agent boina ase to itu ase sob aji laga employment office district employment office laga update itu office kinika chulai ase mohan dikhi paise registration counter he itu district employment office te do registration counter he khuligina agent staff he takigina kam kura mohan dikhi paise aro dusra establishment gandu sob nahi gina office te nahi gina ite tak office te nahi gina empty taka mohan dikhi paise to HOD tak pi anai to itu nisna alak government offices can be bisi back to timing de naigina noile bi staff kan itu regular naigina taka mogan jani pai to aji nimite to ita assistant labor commissioner aro district employment office te mogan aina check huise to bisi back to itu station de office te naigina office tu ine khali rakhigina taka mogan dikhi pase itu nisna mogan aro pichi debi government office kan de jaigina mon visit kurigina kinika jaise itu update kuribo itu he ase ajini mete moi adona here with camera person Joy for Hornbill TV Dimapur.
Former Mumbai NCB Zonal Director Samir Wankare arrived at Gobri police station in Thane on February 23 in connection with an alleged forgery case. A complaint was filed by Maharashtra Excise Department official Shankar Gokhawale in which he alleged that Wakande was below 18 years of age in 1996 to 97 while obtaining a license for Sadhguru Bar in the city. Bombay High Court has granted Wankare interim protection till February 28th. As the assembly elections in Manipur draws near, a massive induction of security personnel and vehicles for the two-phase election has been taking place at Agri Expo in Dimapur since January 18. Till date, 89 companies of the CAPF and SAF has already been dispatched to Manipur from transit points Dimapur, Pokajan and Kohima. Altogether, 165 companies with over 16,000 personnel will be dispatched from Dimapur as of February 24, which is the last day of induction. It was informed that all the trucks are from Manipur and the rest of the vehicles from Assam. More than 1,200 vehicles will be dispatched till February 24. The same induction of vehicles and personnel for the Manipur elections is also taking place in other northeastern states like Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Mizoram and Meghalaya, it was informed. Basic essentials like toilets, water and food allowance have been provided to the drivers and personnel by the Manipur government with assistance from Nagaland police. The two-phase assembly elections in Manipur has been scheduled for February 28th and March 5.
Right now we are here at the Agri Expo where a lot of vehicles are gathered in huge massive numbers at the Agri Expo parking, and we have Sir Washum here, who's the commandant of the 5th Manipur Rifles. Sir, thank you for speaking with Hornbill TV. Sir, can you give us a little bit of what exactly is happening right now and all these cars that we see and trucks and buses and also sumos? Sir, can you just explain a little bit?
These are the vehicles we have requisitioned from Assam. And this will be going to Manipur for first and second phase of election, scheduled for 28 February and 5th March. This is the transit point. All the parkings of the vehicles are done here. the central forces arriving at Dimapur, Bokajan and Diphu railway stations will be collected by these vehicles.
And so how many approximately vehicles is being taken for the Manipur elections coming from Guwahati? Is there a number?
Around 600 vehicles will be coming from Guwahati and around 100 will be coming from Imphal.
And since when has this been going on in Agri Expo, the gathering of these trucks and buses?
This has been going on since 11 February in a phased manner because this depends on the arrival timing of the trains. But we have been here since 11 February.
And so how many armed forces are being recruited from all, over to for these Manipur elections that is coming up?
Around 150 companies are coming via Dimapur. And the rest are coming via Silchar and Jiribam.
So the ones that come via Dimapur, they will come here and then register themselves and go from here along with these buses and trucks?
Some of them will come at Bokajan railway station and then 2 trains will come to Diphu. But vehicles will be parked here for Dimapur and Bokajan. For Diphu, it will go straight from Guwahati and Imphal.
And so all these people that are staying here, they're eating here and they're just fixing their own food and all over here for the few days that they're here and then they go? Or when is all this going to disperse from here? When are they going to disperse from here?
Dispersal will begin from tonight and then by tomorrow midnight it will be completed. For security from Nagaland to Manipur, Nagaland police is assisting us for ROP and of course there are central forces like the CRPF and BSF. And in Manipur also the same exercises are being done.
So from Nagaland, which forces, apart from Nagaland police, any battalions going from here?
9th IR and 10th IR, Nagaland Armed Police, they are coming from Punjab. And then they will be arriving at Bokajan tomorrow, and from there they will proceed to Manipur, Imphal East and Imphal West. 1,000 vehicles must have reached here, and then dispersal is being done in a phased manner as the train arrives.
So there you have it. This is what the Agri Expo site is being used for right now for the Manipur elections, for all the vehicles like trucks, buses, sumos to register themselves here and for election duty, which is going to happen on the 28th of Feb and March 5th. So all the armed forces will be coming via the special trains. Some will be at Bokajan, disembarking in Bokajan and Dimapur railway station as well, and they will come here and then move up to Manipur for the election duty. Reporter Esther with camera person Saye signing out for Hornbill TV.
Speaking on the Russia-India bilateral summit in December 2021, Russian Embassy's Deputy Chief of Mission in India, Roman Babushkin, in a virtual press conference on February 23, said that big projects that are in pipeline will be successfully implemented. There are a lot of big projects in the pipeline and they have full confidence that all the plans will be successfully implemented, said Roman Babushkin.
With India, we have very strong, long, trusted cooperation in this regard and very deep. Russia remains to be the only country which is honestly sharing technologies, sophisticated technologies with India. And the defense cooperation between our two nations is a strong factor of international peace and stability, and to full extent reflects national interests of both countries. We continue our work with our Indian partners in defense area. We have big plans.
Union External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on February 22 during an interaction at IFRI in Paris, France, said that despite significant headway in many of the friction points, there are some points which still remain to be resolved and India will not agree to change in the status quo. There had been 13 rounds of discussions by military commanders focused on disengagement, he said. As a result, they have made significant headway in many of the friction points, said S. Jaishankar.
So, where the particular issue is concerned, we've had 13 rounds of discussions by military commanders focused on the disengagement issue. As a result of that, we've made significant headway in many of the friction points. There are some friction points which still remain to be resolved. It has its complexity. It has its complexity because, these are areas where there are claims, and then there are various military considerations which become the subject of the conversation. But here's the clarity with which we are approaching it.
Nationalist Congress Party leader Supriya Sule on February 23 called the questioning of Maharashtra Minister Nawab Malik by the Enforcement Directorate an insult to Maharashtra. The Enforcement Directorate is questioning NCP leader and Maharashtra Minister Nawab Malik in connection with a money laundering case.
आज सुबह नवाब भाई के यहाँ ईडी के लोग आए थे। बहुत दिन से बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता, कार्यकर्ता, हितचिंतक उनके ट्वीट करे जा रहे थे कि नवाब भाई और महाविकास आघाड़ी के खिलाफ ईडी नोटिस आएगी, ये होगा, वो होगा। वो आज हो गया है। वो जो उनके यहाँ जो इन्फॉर्मेशन, वो जो षड्यंत्र महाविकास आघाड़ी के खिलाफ ये बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता और सब कर रहे थे, वो आज होते हुए पूरा महाराष्ट्र देख रहा है। दुख की बात ऐसी है कि ना नोटिस आई ना कुछ आया। महाराष्ट्र के एक मंत्री को डायरेक्टली ईडी के ऑफिस में लेके गए। ये कौन सी नई राजनीति इन्होंने शुरू की है? मैंने देश में पहली बार ही ऐसा देखा है।
As the voting for the fourth phase of assembly elections in UP is underway, Union Defence Minister and Party Chanda Party leader Rajnath Singh on February 23 expressed his confidence in BJP's forming government in the state and said that the party will match the scale of 2017 election results. He is fully confident that more or less the party will get the same number of seats that it got in 2017, said Rajnath Singh. Today, the BJP is stronger than the 2017 as people have realized that only BJP can give good governance and development, said Singh.
पूरी तरह से आश्वस्त हूं 2017 के विधानसभा चुनाव में जितनी सीटों पर कामयाबी हासिल हुई थी, कमोबेश उतनी ही सीटों पर इस बार भी हमको कामयाबी हासिल होगी। वो तो पहले दूसरे चरण में 2017 के चुनाव में भी शतक लगा चुके थे, इसलिए उनकी बात छोड़िए। 2017 से ज़्यादा मजबूत देखते हैं, क्योंकि जो भी परफॉर्मेंस हमारी सरकार का रहा है उत्तर प्रदेश में योगी जी के नेतृत्व में, उसके आधार पर लोग इस नतीजे पर पहुंचे हैं कि सचमुच इस प्रदेश में सुशासन और विकास की गवर्नेंस देने वाली कोई पार्टी है तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी। केवल सुशासन और विकास के मामले में इस हिंदुस्तान की अव्वल पार्टी यदि कोई है तो भारतीय।
As tensions spiral between Russia and Ukraine, Donetsk and Luhansk applied officially to Russia for recognition of their independence, said Russian Embassy's Deputy Chief of Mission in India, Roman Babushkin, on February 23 in a virtual press conference.
Need to come through the sequence of events which led to this situation of today. So, and this sequence of events lasted for recent decades already. And today, these republics applied officially to Russia for recognition of their independence. But from the very beginning, the US started its internal influence in the domestic affairs in the countries on all the post-Soviet space, including Ukraine, which ultimately started to use the Russian card and the card of the Russian threat to get some more dividends from cooperation with the West. And the West started using Ukraine in their geopolitical game against Russia.
That's all we have for now. For more news, keep watching HornbillTV.